Just doing it up. Just doing it up.
Welcome to week 16, just doing it up. You got the Rooster, the Klevdog, and myself, A-Rock. So, Klevdog, why don't you kick it off with the week 15 recap?
Week 15 recap. Here we go. The Rooster flew the coop and watched the games down in Duval this weekend. He started with a bummer on Sunday as Bryce Young led the Panthers on a game-winning drive to beat the Falcons 9-7 in a soggy game in Charlotte. The Rooster misses on Atlanta -3. His focus then shifted to Sunday Night Football because his Jags were taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Unfortunately, the Jags could not convert anything in the red zone and lose 23-7. Also, the Rooster could not convert on his dog of the week as the Jags were unable to cover the +3.5 spread. He stuns the money bags, goes 0 for 2 on the week, and moves to 16, 13, and 1 on the season. Klevdog possibly had the worst pick of the season. No, definitely had the worst pick of the season at the Chargers +3. They got their asses waxed by the Raiders 63-21. Staley gets chased out of town and was left licking his wounds after Thursday Night Football. Luckily, I answered on Sunday night with my favorite. I had the Rams at -6.5, and they handled business. They beat the Commanders at home 28-20. Klevdog goes 1-1 on the week, and I moved to 15, 14, and 1 on the season, starting to nip on the Roosters' heels. A-Rock also rode the hot LA Rams at -6.5. They beat the Commanders 28-20 in La La Land. The game also wasn't as close as the score implies, Boom. Unfortunately, he took the bait and picked them boys, his dog, at +2. Cowboys also got their ass waxed in Buffalo, losing 31-30. The Bills are all the way back, fellas. A-Rock goes 1-1 on the week and moves to 14 and 16 on the season. It's getting tight. We move into the money down parlay. Got out to a hot start. The Rooster hit his Browns money line, and I had the Niners -10, which hit, but my Packers played spoiler for A-Rock and the money down parlay and Chiefs Head Nation, which we'll get into. They lose to the Bucs 34-20 at home. Baker went off. Back to you, A-Rock. That's the recap.
Yeah, appreciate that recap. Rams, like you said, the game wasn't really close. I mean, it came down to a one-score game, but I mean, when the Commanders are running 3 minutes off the clock at the Rams goal line for like 8 plays, you start to feel pretty good about that one. So covered by a touchdown, pretty easy. And then them boys did not show up to Buffalo, man. I saw a stat that they were like perfect at home, but playing on the road they're 3-4 or something like that. I don't remember the exact math to it, but I mean, yeah, I guess don't pick the Cowboys if they're on the road, which they are this week. Be warned, as an underdog again, so just look out. I mean, just pure domination. If Josh Allen has under 100 yards and you still get your ass beat like that, I mean, yikes. Then the Packers, I mean, Baker, I said I don't know who they're playing. I don't care who they're playing. I should have. Baker threw for almost 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. So Packers got their cheese melted a little bit. A little Green Bay fondue up there. So, Klevdog, I mean, it's your team. What do you got to say?
Yeah, I mean, well, the Cowboys, let me just first address that. They couldn't even get a first down. That reminded me of the football playing Jesse's, our flag football team this weekend. But we don't have to go there. We had a rough showing with boys out of town. But yeah, my Packers, dude. The crazy thing is, Jordan Love, if you look at his stats, he had 74% completion percentage, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. That wasn't the story. It was our defense. They sucked ass. Joe Barry, apparently he's keeping his job. LaFleur saying he's not going to get fired. But yeah, Baker had a perfect quarterback rating up in Lambeau. I think the only person to do that was Rodgers before. But frustrating loss. Jair Alexander, he's on my Bakhtiari list. That's dudes that just don't want to play. He hasn't been placed on the IR, and he's been out 6 games in a row. He's doing weird shit in the media. Before his last press conference, he was like, "I'm just gonna lie to all you." What the hell, dude? Get on the field. But hey, we have a path to the playoffs. I got on the New York Times simulator earlier. We currently have a 23% chance of making the playoffs. This week, we're going into Carolina. If we beat them, we got a 29% chance of making the playoffs. Following week, we beat the Vikings. That's the important one. We really need to beat them. That increases it to 62%. And then we close it out at home against the Bears. These are all winnable games, 94%. Win out, baby. We can do it. What do you want to get into this, Rooster? What do you got?
Good to see you, boys. Yeah, I mean, there's some rough losses for us, brother, but the New York Times simulator is you can kill some time there. It's amazing. You know, like we win this game, then divisional opponent loses. It's a fun way to kill some time when you're trying not to work. We won't get into that either. All right, so yeah, I was in Duval, rooting for the boys. Brought some Ravens fans with me. Little story time.
He's seriously incredible in his story.
We're out eating some Mexican, you know, enjoying our guac and margs. And I look up and I'm like, is that Mike Tirico? I'm like, holy shit, it's Mike Tirico. So, you know, we're just dining with the NBC broadcast, Tirico, Collinsworth. Not gonna say how many margaritas Collinsworth had, at least 2.
I am the liquor.
They got the tableside guac. Looked like they had a good time. But he got a little selfie with Tirico. But yeah, Clevy?
That's what I was going to ask. Were you tempted to get a selfie? It sounded like you did get a selfie.
So we were talking it, and the girls were like saying maybe we should walk by. And I was like, I'm not going to do that. Then they're on their way out. We're seated right next to the door. Another group kind of broke the ice and was like, ah, and then like pulled Collinsworth aside. And then Tarico's, you know, stumbling out the front. And he walks right up to our table and we're like, hey, Mike, good luck tomorrow night. Go Jags. Obviously, everyone said that. And Buddy snapped a little selfie with them. And then Collinsworth and him were out the door. But yeah, it was a cool little experience.
Wow. Yeah, that's good. But the Jags game did not go as planned.
Jags game did not go as planned. Get to the tailgate. I'm looking up and I see like a Maryland and Ravens flag. So I got out of the car and I directed our car away from that to get as far away from that. So I stuck them right in Jags country, commonly referred to as the slab where they tailgate. Pretty muddy in our little section, but we luckily had a good like gravel patch. Killed some brews, drank a little burb, eat some pizza. Then we headed in, and the Jags just didn't show up. Was it four times in the Ravens territory? So I mean, if you're generous and like you say, like we only kick a field goal 3 out of 4 times, that's 9 points we're missing out on there. Think about the Calvin Ridley play towards the end of the game. I mean, the first game or the first half of the game doomed us. Yeah, Clev?
That Trevor fumble was dumb as hell. I couldn't even believe that. He just put the ball right on the ground. No one even touched him, it looked like.
I'm not sure what to do with my hands.
But
Yeah. I mean, it's just plays like that. And then, oh, God, the play at the end of the half was just a heartbreaker.
That's brutal.
I was like, I need to get up. I don't need anything. I just need to walk. I just need to get out of there for a second. I was fuming. But yeah, I mean, it was a pretty good trip overall. I really don't have much to cover with the other games, but there are a couple Ravens fans chirping, you know, walking in and out of bars, and this one guy was like, yo, they're frauds. Like a Ravens guy's like, they're frauds. He's like, they lost to backup quarterback Jake Browning. And I was like, you guys lost to Gardner Minshew. And this guy turned to me and is like, I saw the Dundalk just come out of him. Like,
this is the most fucked up thing that happened in Baltimore since my cousin got arrested for a DUI, even though he was only on pills.
Dude, never seen a guy pivot so hard, but no, it was a good trip. Enjoyed the trip, but bad betting weekend for me. I got to recalibrate here. Clevy?
Yeah, that's rare. You go 0 for 2. That is rare. I'm coming up on you, but I like the Dundalk comment. I just got to go back to my Chargers loss and fully I kind of went over a little quickly in the intro, but I had the Chargers +3 on the road. Thursday night football against the Raiders. The Raiders were up 21-0 in the first quarter. They were up 42-0 in the first half. There was no point in watching that game after it was over before it started. I think they put up 63 points. And back to Browning, I liked him as a backup quarterback, but I kind of saw him. I don't think Easton Stick was the move after a short week going into enemy territory. Yeah, I learned my lessons there. And then also, funny point, Brandon Staley with his press conference basically saying, people have done worse, right? Imagine fucking up super bad at your job right away to your boss. You're like, but someone's done worse. That was classic.
I don't know that. Yes. I know that what I've done here for 3 years, and I know what I put into this, and I know that we're capable of going.
But I'll let you reel us in, A-Rock.
Yeah, no, I mean, you took the stink off of my worst pick of the year, the Giants the first week, and then the Patriots also against the Cowboys, picked them. That was bad. And then the Cowboys this week. So all of my worst losses have involved the Cowboys by 30 or more points. So I hate the Cowboys. I hate them. I didn't like them before picking them, but I hate them even more now. So great. You can tell that the vibes are high. At least I gained some ground on the Rooster, like Klevdog said. Him taking an 0-2 week was kind of big. So we'll do
Oh, come on, man.
we'll do small victories. We won't kick him while we're down though. Survivor, Dunzo, punishments are coming. That's that. Glasseater. Speaking of L's. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean there were some pretty bad picks this week. This one was pretty damn bad. It was almost like I picked a player that just didn't play. Didn't watch the game. At around whenever I looked, I was like, oh, 0.4 points, game just started. And I found out it was final. That was tough. That was very tough to see. Bijan, what the hell, man? What the hell? Purdy was just not really getting to the line of scrimmage, no burst. We're moving on. Complete whiff, epic whiff. It's like a 66-point whiff, 63-point whiff, whatever Clevy missed the line by.
I mean, you started a guy that should have been on the IR essentially. But I was like 63.
But yeah. Unfortunately, luckily we get to move forward. This week, I'm still pretty pissed about the Jags-Ravens game. I got some bitterness tucked away. So I'm going to pick a 49er. I'm going Brandon Ayuk. I think Brandon Ayuk's the guy. I think they're going to be focused on McCaffrey. I think Ayuk has some big games. And then also the corners for the Ravens are pretty good, but Marlon Humphreys is pretty damn slow. I think he's lost a step. So I think Ayuk being the guy that kind of stretches the field for them, I think he's going to get a lot of targets, a lot of game plan plays. And yeah, I'll say he'll go above 15 points, I would imagine. Someone has to in that offense, at least 2 out of 3, I feel like every week. So he's the guy I'm going with, Brandon Ayuk against the Ravens.
Hell yeah, dude. He's going to punk Marlon Humphrey.
Dude, I hope so. I hope so. Oh, please. Yeah. I got a lot of bitterness towards Baltimore right now.
Oh man. I bet, man. I bet. Just hanging with those guys all weekend, I'm sure. All right, guess the line time. We got a couple 7-7 teams fighting for their playoff lives. We have New Orleans Saints visiting the LA Rams on Thursday Night Football. Klevdog, what's your analysis here?
Oh, baby. We got some Thursday Night Football. This might be one of Al Michaels' last season. I don't think he's announcing anything in the playoffs. That's what I'm hearing. But both teams coming off pretty nice wins. LA Rams, dude, they've been impressing me. This really got on my radar when they took Ravens to OT, but lost. I'm I'm thinking they're going to be favored by more than a field goal. I'm going to go LA Rams -3.5 at homes. Book it.
Close to booking it. We're at booking.com. We're in the checkout. We're not in the cart. We haven't filled out our credit card information yet, but it's 3.5. We're close. It's a 2-pointer, bringing you up to 23, and we kind of figured this out. So the season goal was 32. So however many points Clevy misses the season goal by is how long he'll have to be drumming in a 10-minute interval. So if he misses by 3 points, he will be out there for 30 minutes trying to raise $30. So whichever comes first. So little incentive to get these last 2 weeks perfect here. Reduce that number as much as he can.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be out there no matter what. So I already got my fingerless gloves. I'm ready to drum. I actually got my eyes on a bongo drum. I don't know how well that's gonna work exactly, but that we'll figure out the logistics. And
Yo, what's your appearance going to be? Are you going to be like disheveled?
no,
You gonna have any hair product in?
no. I'm just gonna go full Packers, just Packers hat. I think I have a big puffy Packers jacket. I don't know what I'm doing downstairs, probably just sweats. But yeah, that's the plan. And then so I'm at 23. If I go perfect these next 2 weeks, that'll be 2 3-pointers. That'll be give me at 29. So 10. That'll give me at 30 minutes or $30, which I don't think that's happening. But
I think you
someone
could
might
work
show
some
pity on me.
Yeah, I think you could work some signage out there, like drumming for charity or something. So
Okay,
I don't know.
ideally, I have a bongo drum locked down. I have 2 buckets, but I don't know what to put the buckets on exactly to figure out the acoustics on that. Ideally, I would have another snare drum, but that's going to be the setup. I want to have a JBL probably playing, so you're not just listening to me banging on shit. And I think I have a location picked out, so it's going to be a party. See you downtown. Date to be determined, but we're going to make it a day.
Oh yeah, I like it. All right, so we know what Clevy's working towards. What we're all working towards is making some more money. So let's get into the picks. We're going favorites. We're gonna go Klevdog.
All righty. So that LA Rams, I've been big on them lately. That did catch my eye when you guys said that -4. But I kept scrolling on my DraftKings app. What I saw was Cincinnati -1.5. Love this Jake Browning story. I don't know if you saw. He's screaming to the camera, "Never should have fucking cut me." He's talking about the Vikings. They cut him. It was like a bad breakup story back in the day, I suppose. But he wins in OT. Also, so it's Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. I get it, Steel City, tough environment, but they're starting Rudolph. I don't like the quarterback carousel. And dare I say, Mike T is losing the locker room? Dare I say that? Players are showing lack of effort on the field. I don't know if
Oh, careful.
No, I'm going there.
That's a wild accusation.
Well, let me ask, have you seen George Pickens blocking on the field? Does it look like he wants to play out there? I've been seeing some lackluster effort. Warren would have had an easy tutty. They ended up punching it in on the next run, so it didn't matter. But check that out. George Pickens showing no effort. But yeah, I like this pick a lot. Cincy -1.5 in Steel City. They don't have much to play for anymore. And they ain't playing for their coach. To you, Rooster.
Okay. Well, hey, I mean, I like what the Bengals are doing right now. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Jake Browning. Well, for me, yeah, I'm struggling a little bit. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go like Bon Jovi. I'm going to play the hits. I'm going Hawks -2.5 after their big win last night. They got the Titans. I'm surprised this game is only at 2. It moved to 3. I'm taking them at 3. A-Rock, you have something? What's going on over there?
Nothing, man. I mean, every time I hear the Seahawks getting picked on this show, it hurts a little bit. So I'm good.
Fair enough. Well, there's money lost there, so that does cause emotion. But I'm going to them. I'm sticking with them. I mean, obviously you gotta like what they did last night against the Eagles. Huge win for them. Pete Carroll's got the boys convinced they can get into the playoffs. Titans are on the opposite end. They're throttling down. They got some veterans that might be out the door after this year. Rebuild might be happening. So I'm going Seahawks against the Sentinelese tribe Titans. I think it's time we put them to rest, and we go with the Hawks. Klevdog, what's up?
I believe what Aaron's referring to. He hates Seattle after week 11. I got the charts up. They busted our plus 664 money down parlay when Myers misses that field goal. But I like what I saw too last night. That game was electric, dude. Drew Lock, that was sick, man. That was just badass. You could tell his passion. That his press conference after was awesome. We got A-Rock.
Yeah, they also busted it week 1. Don't forget. Never forget. So
Hey,
yeah,
listen, this is an internal pick. I took him out.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Or maybe I have him in the parlay. I don't know. We'll see when we get there, but
God, I wish you luck though. Hey, it's like you said, let's keep it internal, all right? let's leave that alone. Yeah, but something about the water in Seattle makes backup QBs play their ass off. I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, I'm going Rams. I mean, Klevdog said and more, man. They're trending up. So them at home seems like a recipe to cover. So that's it. No further explanation needed. Rams -4 for this guy. Straight into the underdogs. Klevdog.
That's a great pick, Aaron. That's a great pick. Okay, I got Indianapolis going into ATL, and I'm taking the Colts +1. The line shifted very recently, like within an hour ago. So I got, Minshew last week. He had a great game. He went 18 for 28, 3 tutties, 0 picks. And then, as I said earlier, I don't like quarterback carousels, and that's what we have in Atlanta. They're going back to Heineke. And, everyone knows Klevdog stays away from the quarterback carousels. I got Colts +1 in the ATL. To you, Rooster.
Colts. Well, personally, I'm hoping they lose just for the Jags' chances, which, funny, I bring them up. They're struggling right now. I'm struggling right now. Maybe it's a little delusional. Maybe it's a little delulu. But I still think they're the better team when you compare them against the Bucks. Jags are 1-point dog right now. Sunday kickoff. I think with or without Trevor, I think it was a mild concussion. I think he's going to sneak back on the field this week. I think he's going to be a problem. I'm going with my boys to right the ship this week and get that dub down in Tampa. Clev, what do you think? Do you like that? Do you think it's is it delusional? It feels a little delusional.
No. I'll tell you why I like it. Baker's coming off one of his career games in Lambeau. He's going to get a heat check. That's
a good point. I feel
also,
it's like when there's like a big like issue and there's like an attack, like the security is always greatest there. It's like when there's a Baker Mayfield sighting, the best place to play defense the next game is a confident Baker where he's slinging it and trying to squeeze in the tight windows. I think the defense, they played pretty good against the Ravens. Not to go back to that game, obviously want to look forward, but I don't think we're too far off once we just get rid of these bonehead plays. And I don't think Baker's going to be able to stay perfect, let alone above average. Clevy, what's up here?
I got 2 side notes there. One, you brought up the Ravens again. I just had to get this off my chest. Everyone's congratulating Lamar. He's back in the MVP race. He's probably second, I think, right now in the odds. And that third down that they picked up in the red zone where Likely grabbed it, Lamar was getting all the praises, but that was a hell of a catch by Likely. I really like Likely. But also, side note, dude, Trevor's body's got to feel like it got in a car accident week after week. He's dealing with like every injury.
Yeah.
Just Mortal Kombat, he'd be finished.
Yeah, pull up the Big Ben heat chart of all the injuries. Yeah, man, I think this is delusional. Fuck you, Rooster. No, I'm just kidding. No, I just want Trevor to get healthy. So I mean, personally, I hope if he plays, he is healthy. But if he doesn't play, he's getting healthy.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is the 4:00 game, or it's one of the 4:00 games. So maybe they have some insight to what happened with the other teams, like Texans, Colts. If they have an idea of what they need to do, like maybe you can sit him or like play conservative, but I know he likes to play, and I could see him. I mean, he didn't report it until like way after the game, so it might be a kind of mild concussion. Yeah, Clev.
Yeah, I mean, you can apparently take it up until like the coin toss before the game, according to Pete Carroll. We didn't know who the hell was starting last night, whether it was Drew Lock or Gino. So it's a good point.
All right, my pick, Colts +1. I mean, they handled business last week. I had them as my favorite until the line swung. I mean, we've done this before in Atlanta. We've done this before in Washington. I feel like Heineke's better coming off the bench for some reason rather than him starting. It's weird, but we'll see what happens. I mean, I still like the Colts. They constantly are getting picks on defense. It's crazy. Like every game I watch, they have at least one pick. It's nice. So we'll see what happens this week, and they're my underdog +1, riding with Klevdog again. We hit last week. Maybe we can team up again for the greater good.
Shout out.
And yeah, I mean, bros, it's time to talk money down parlay. We need an intervention here from losing. So I'm gonna pass the good vibes over to Clev. And
Alrighty, we need to get back on the gravy train. We do not need to recap the last time we won a money down parlay, but just remember that we started hot. So it's about time to get back on it. I'm going LA Rams money line. We've recapped it. They're favored by 4. We've talked about them trending upward, and Sean McVay's got to be in the conversation for Coach of the Year, man. Their talent level when they started the year was down there, bottom 3, bottom 5 in the NFL, down there with the Cardinals. So they've been playing damn good ball lately. I'm taking a money line, real lines -4, so we're reeling it back a little. That's the pick. LA Rams money line. Let's go. To Rooster.
Yeah, Rams are fun to watch. I like them. I like them a lot. I'm glad that they're having a good year. I think the NFL is better because Sean McVay stayed. There were those rumors about him leaving, so I think it's a good thing that they're like staying competitive, pretty much just to keep him and Matt Stafford in the league, Aaron Donald as well. But yeah, I mean, the theme for me this week was going back to what I know. I picked the Seahawks 6 times, Jags 9 times, and I picked the Lions
holy
5
shit.
times.
Start the fire, buddy! Come on, man, play something from a stranger!
We strictly do 80s Joel music, sir.
Hey, Billy Joel doo-wop sucks!
Hey, listen, mother, we only sing 80s Joel. So take your skate hooker wife and get the out of here.
So this is what
God damn.
I'm picking the Lions. I'm picking them money line. I just feel like what we saw last week was pretty damn good. Vikings, there's a lot of uncertainty swirling around them right now. They're jumping around with the QB play. So yeah, I'm gonna go Lions. I think they keep. I mean, it's also in a dome, which you can't. I think you have to address it now with the Lions. If it's in a dome, they're a lot better than when it's not, which is crazy for a Detroit team. But if it's in a dome, Jared Goff plays a lot better. So that's part of the reason here, along with them just being the better team. I'm going Lions. 6th time of the year. A-Rock.
Damn, those are some crazy stats I didn't know. But hey, consistency is key. I mean, the record shows. So I'm gonna go with the Browns. Browns money line. This line flipped as well. I mean, I like them as underdogs. I was gonna probably take them straight up as underdogs, but we're gonna pull back a couple points here, taking money line against the Texans. The Texans snuck out with Case Keenum in quarterback against the Titans last week. So I mean, against the Browns defense, no way, right? Like the Bears showed up. Justin Fields has that dynamic, run, get killed, and get back up kind of shenanigans. They almost lost on that Hail Mary, but I mean, we'll see if CJ Stroud is ready to play. We'll see if Case Keenum's starting, but from what I've heard, I haven't seen any movement on Stroud clearing protocol yet, so I like the Browns here and to round it off. Dog.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming the reason the line swung that way today is because they think Stroud's not going to play. He hasn't cleared concussion protocol, like you said. But let me crunch the numbers. So we got LA Rams, Cleveland or Cleveland money line, and Lions money line. That is plus 321. We're back in the sweet spot. Why don't you sprinkle a couple units on this one? We're feeling confident. This one's gonna hit this week. We're at plus 321. Fuck it, put 3 units on it. Win back. And we're gonna have a great Christmas weekend. We have football on Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That's Christmas Day, Monday. It's gonna be awesome. Roll over NBA. The Shield's taking over, baby. And we have Baltimore at San Fran. That's the game of the week, boys. We got to address that. Ryan, give me a take on that game. It's in San Fran. San Fran's at -5.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's a take, maybe just like a hope, is that the Ravens get out west and they just get throttled. I want it to be a Brock Purdy centric game. I want Lamar to throw a stinker. I want the Niners to really knock the Ravens fans. I love the Ravens team. I really do. I like John Harbaugh. I like, most of the players. But those Ravens fans, man, they get pretty rough to deal with. They love to personify their team and live vicariously through them. But yeah, Klevdog.
I'm just getting hyped internally for this matchup. I'm thinking about the MVP race too. We got Lamar, we got Brock Purdy. It's like a Heisman race if it was like during the SC championship. And
it's literally the meme. It's the handshake meme.
Dude, it's like if Lamar gets rolled, if the Ravens get rolled, Brock Purdy has a good game. He's probably gonna win the MVP. And if the Ravens can go out there and pull it off, which I know you don't want them to, then damn, Lamar might secure this thing. So it's going to be hype, man. Monday Night Football on Christmas. We got off Tuesday. Hell yeah.
Yeah, and also, one more thing. The Ravens have this game, and then next week they play the Dolphins. If they lose this game, next week is pretty much a playoff for the 1 seed in the AFC if the Dolphins keep winning, which is pretty wild. So there's a lot of playoff implications.
The implication.
That's gonna be a great game. Christmas gift from Roger Goodell. Love him.
Love him or hate him. But also to that Miami point, we get Dallas at Miami this week too. So there's big implications there. I think Dallas is like +2 going into that. Both teams are kind of accused of not being anyone that good besides Cowboys beating the Eagles at home, but they're kind of trending downward as well. So we got some good matchups, baby.
Dolphins, San Fran. Take the spreads.
I like Cowboys, San Fran. I'm gonna go Cowboys money line, San Fran -5. I might even go alternate, take San Fran -7, dude. I think they might roll Baltimore. They're gonna beat their ass. That's what I'm taking them.
Not trusting the Cowboys after last week.
Yeah, why is that?
I mean, you tell me. They're about to go do the same shit, bro. I don't know. But we'll see. I mean, if Tyreek Hill's back, I mean, they rolled. Who did they play? Oh, they played the Jets. Who cares? Never mind. But I mean, if Tyreek Hill's back, I see it going the same way. I mean, they are full power on offense. They got Achane, they got Mostert scoring like 3 touchdowns a game. It's crazy.
Dude, the Bills are the real deal, man. They just rolled the Cowboys. They beat
too late. A little too late. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think so, man.
If they get in, oh man.
What about the Giants when they won the Super Bowl?
Imagine being the 2 seed and you get in. You're supposed to technically be playing the worst team in the first round. It's like, who we got? Just Josh Allen and the Bills. It's like, that's a tough one, dude. Then like the 60 seed can be like, say, like the Colts. So like you could have either like Gardner Minshew or Josh Allen as your first round opponent.
I only say it's a little too late because they have Miami last week. So if they lose to Miami, they're likely out. So that's the only reason why I say that. So
Yeah.
The record is the problem. Do I think they're playing unbelievable football right now? Yes, but they took too many losses. They were 6-6.
Yeah, that loss against the Broncos that hurt early on,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean they're playing damn good, so watch out.
Yeah, watch out. Speaking of watching, thank you for watching. Anything else here, boys, before we let them go? All right. Good one this week. Good episode. So thanks for watching, and we'll definitely catch you guys next week. Have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to all. We're not affiliated with a gambling site or sponsored in any way. If you're going to gamble, please do so responsibly. For gambling problems, call 1-800-GAMBLER.